Hey everyone, welcome, Excalibur here. So this is a new episode of Hero Master series, so we will discuss a lot of hero builds, but today we will discuss TIX. So TIX is one of the most popular heroes in the game, especially early game, for a lot of things. So he is awesome in Aspen Dungeon and Tower of Oblivion, sometimes even in Void Vortex, and he is a tenant for Eloise. He is amazing. So he is a shadow mage and he have a lot of cool abilities, so we will discuss his abilities and I'll show you guys how to build him for an optimal use. So yeah, when he gives an active, he will deal damage against 4 random enemies, dealing extra damage by 800% of the target's attack, and then he will steal the 25% of the target attack for 3 rounds. So he will steal attack and he will deal damage. The damage part is not that great, but he deals a damage against 4 random enemies, which is awesome. So he will deal damage, he will steal 25% of attack for 3 rounds, and has a 50% chance to inflict silence, which is a control effect. So heroes being silenced are unable to release their active skill, which is similar to carry's energy steal. So he will silence enemies targets whose energy is no less than 90 for 2 rounds, and has a 50 chance as well to inflict Horrify to targets whose energy is less than 90 for 2 rounds. So it's the same effect. So the silence, he will prevent enemies from releasing active skills, and the Horrify will the horrified enemies will be unable to release their basic skills. So they won't release an active and they won't release a basic, so they're basically tied, which is amazing in PvE modes and the PvP modes as well. So his passive skill, when the round ends, if an enemy has higher attacks than him, he will exchange his attack with the enemy for 1 round. So TIX at the end of the round, if the enemy has higher attacks than him, then he will exchange his attack with the enemy for 1 round, and then basic attack targets the enemy with the highest attack. Anyway, that doesn't really matter. So basically his passive is, when the round ends, he will exchange the enemy with the higher attack than himself. So he will attack the enemy with a higher attack than himself. Then he will give a basic attack, which is he will attack the enemy, target the enemy with the highest attack, which is the same thing. And in the meantime reduces the target's 40% of attack for 2 rounds. I don't know. Well, let's go to the good stuff. So when TIX dies, he will inflict the enemy who killed him with revenging Wraith. That you see that Casper here, when TIX dies, you will see this above the other enemies' heads. So it's a skill effect. When the round ends, he will deal damage 30% of the target's max HP, and then when the target is killed, he will deal damage against all surviving enemies for 30% of their max HP. So when he dies, he will attack the target who killed him, and then when this target dies, he will attack the rest of the team. And then each damage dealt by Revenging Wraith won't exceed to 500% of TIX's attack. Anyway, so this is his abilities. Now, how to build him? So there are 2 ways. The best way is to use a splendid or normal staff, a Punisher of Immortal, attack crit. And if you don't have that, you can run him even with a splendid demon bell. But if you just begin the game, you don't have either of these, you can use an Echo of Death or a magic source for energy or for attack. So use for attack. The case you need TIX with energy is when you need him to release his active early. So you need him to silence and horrify the opposing team. So you need them to stop giving actives and basics. This is the only case you need him with energy, so he can go first and second round. Other than that, you need him aggressive, so you can use an Echo of Death or a Splendid Punisher of Immortal. And the gear and a resonance gear is good, but if you don't have resonance gear, you can run him with 6-star or a class suit, or even you can run him with a gear split for attack. And that's it for the gear and the artifact. So the artifact is you can run him with a magic source or a splendid demon bell if you want him to give active, basically to prevent enemy team from giving actives or basics. And if you want him as a damage dealer, you can use him with an Echo of Death if you just begin the game, or you can use him with his favorite artifact, which is the Splendid Punisher of Immortal staff. So how about the stone? So the stone, there is a lot of stones you can run him with, but the most preferred one is attack holy damage, or you can run him as well with an attack crit or attack crit damage, speed crit, speed attack. Any of these stones will work fine with him. You need him with an aggressive one, and he will be useful for you. The reason why I don't have him very built at the moment, because I don't use him anymore. He was a tenant for Eloise, which is another advantage. If you just begin the game, Eloise is your best E5 hero, first E5 hero, then TIX is a tenant for her as well as Ithaqua. So yeah, it's a win-win. Then the enables. If you have a TIX at E5, the enables for him are fully aggressive build, and the purify will differ by the mode, so you can use mark purify or crowd control or CC purify. So this is his enables, and you can test it out by using speed enables, but it won't do much, but you can try it. The skin, well, and here is a problem. So the two skins for him are festival skins. So a skin for him will be it won't be easy. So the two skins for him are an ace skin and a festival skin. So yeah, I don't think anyone will get these, so he will be with you. So how to use him in certain waves, like meme waves, or some waves like Asmodel or whatever. So you can use him as a baby TIX. What's a baby TIX? Okay, so baby TIX is a 5-star or a 6-star TIX multiplied by like 4. You can use 4 of them with an Agnes and an Eloise, and yeah, he can clear meme waves for you using fully baby TIXs with energy artifacts. He will be great. So that's why you're using energy again, so he can release these, so memes won't destroy you, they won't give an active or a basic attacks and destroy you. Then using multiple TIXs, he will make sure that these memes won't kill you at the first one. And yeah, there is no more to TIX than what I explained here. So yeah guys, so this is about TIX. He is amazing, he's a really great and easy to build as well early game, and he is useful, but you know, in the mid to late game he's not widely used. He is used only in like Vortex and Broken Spaces maybe. So yeah, he is limitedly wow, that's a new word. He have a limited use in late game. So you can use him in Sealand as well as a baby TIX with energy, so he will make sure those bosses won't nuke you. So yeah, here it is guys. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you do, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, it will be really helpful for me. And also, if you have any suggestions or videos you want me to create, please leave them in the comments section down below, and if I have time I will make them. So have fun guys, have a beautiful day, and I'll see you in the next one. So peace.